If I were to call one place home, it definitely would not be here. I would rewind time to the old Oak Lawn house, before the renovation, before 1994. It had the imagination zone, our basement. There we had the freedom to dream, draw, and draft as we willed. We could become whoever and whatever. The colorful nylon butterfly smeared happiness across the air, and our childhood was the fertilizer. My sister's bossy, self-involved charisma and my brother's busy and playful charm always kept things magically surreal. Combine that with a video camera and voila, I'm left with heartwarming memories to feed off of forever. But that period came to a short stop for me. I always felt my childhood ended in 1994, to only restart 6 years later in the year 2000. We had left Chicago to find a more Arabized life in Amman, Jordan, leaving my dad behind for a city both beautiful and haunting. I remember the first day we arrived. We passed by an entire town built into steep mountains with staircases as long as 200 meters. I was anxious. I did not want to live in the mountains. I pleaded with my mother to return home. I asked her, how do they get to their homes without falling? I wanted to go back. I wanted to go back to Chicago, where everything was available and affordable, where the cereal wasn't generic, where the milk didn't taste like cow smell, where the bathroom floor didn't have a drain, where carpet was standard and not luxury, where the windows didn't have steel cages for protection, where Discovery Zone awaited my last visit, where Barbies were not ridiculously overpriced, where Jolly Ranchers were easy to find, where people didn't tell you straight out what they thought of your physical appearance, and most importantly, where my dad's embrace and loving generosity resided. But I had no choice in the matter. They wanted me to adjust somehow, but I never assimilated. I could not accept the culture. My mother took me to a doctor because my hair was falling out from the stress of the move. Even after 4 years, I still missed Oak Lawn. I remember the day we returned to America, land of the awesome. My dad drove us back in his gold Cadillac Fleetwood. I felt the default richness I believed all Americans lived. I loved the cool breeze from the AC because it meant I was on American soil. I realized later that this complex extended into disliking the outdoors altogether and loving all things artificial and concrete. This is what I wanted, and for a very long time. I discovered the unused dishwasher and the snacks my mother would store in it. Oatmeal cream pies, fudge brownies, Hostess cupcakes, and Star Crunch flooded the racks. Thank you, little Debbie. You made that welcome quite delicious. I returned to the basement, like a monk returns to his monastery after years of exclusion. I embraced the golden tree wallpaper and silver dusty couches. The old broken record player and abandoned fireplace reassured me of their loyalty. And the TV remained unmovable on the maroon magic carpet. I memorized Dumb and Dumber that summer. I was like a dry sponge left in the sun for a century. I was soaking up all the culture I could and attempting to remove any trace of Jordan from my memory. I finally found my home, and it was not anything I had expected. Greek mythology appears mysterious and intriguing, especially when recited in a sultry voiceover. But the words emerging from my mind are beyond any mystical license you, the listener, may issue them. I found my home in a non-physical place, in an aura, a presence, a joint manifest philosophy. My earthly home is fragmented, found in moments of solitude, moments of minuscule congregational spirituality, I've found my home with those whose home is heavenly, because my home in this life is still the afterlife, is still in heaven, is still with my guardian. My eternal home is with God.